Are you listening?
Woo! Hello.
Hey.
I just realized I need to shut a door really quick, so I'm gonna blow up Hillbilly so he can entertain everybody.
No pressure.
Yep.
How's everybody doing today?
Not bad. Not bad.
Not bad at all.
That's good. Well, I had a rough start today when I queued up my arena game. Streamer curse today. Couldn't win a dang on game.
No.
Yikes.
But, it happens.
Yeah, that does tend to be the way it goes.
I just need to tweak a deck up a little bit because I'm going to do another arena stream this afternoon.
Another arena stream
On
this
my
afternoon. Look at that. Hillbilly's gonna be amazed. Be awesome. And if you guys missed it, I uploaded a new MTG3 video last night. I had some troubles with the filming of it, as you can see, but it was still a blast, and Tybalt had a really great intro.
Yeah. That was interesting.
I just finished watching it myself right now, just before we got started right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I watched it this morning. I woke up out of bed.
I'll watch you once we get done with the stream.
Right.
Yeah.
I was playing around with lighting, and like the first part of the video was like darker than I was hoping it would be, and the second part was brighter than I was hoping it would be. I'm like, there's no things. Like the thing you see behind me, I added a light in the middle to I was trying to highlight my face, but boom, it pretty much made the room bright. I'm like, damn.
Yeah, it happens. It happens.
Yeah. Most importantly, the combos were tight.
Yeah, that's right. They were tight.
Yeah.
So I was thinking about them daily and nightly. Because MTG3 has me thinking of it every day. All right. James Willis, good morning. Happy Taco Tuesday on a Thursday to you too. Whoop whoop. Bow, bow.
Up, Brandon, James.
Whoop, whoop. You guys rock. Man,
Yep.
It's been exciting. Today is Thursday. It is a great day. We got a interesting topic today. I believe we have an interesting topic. I hope it brings up discussion. I'm looking at a piece of meat that needs to go back in the freezer because I forgot to put it in the freezer, but at least it's still frozen. But still, because like in the mornings I have to prepare dinner. Like if I do a meat, I have to thaw it throughout the day and I have to have it cooked by 4:00 in the afternoon. So it'll be good. But you, Hillbilly, how are you doing?
Been better. Been better.
Oh, come on. You still look like a Muppet. Things must be doing good.
Well, has to do with the stream this morning. I had bad runs on the arena. I couldn't win but 2 games from 9 to now. And
well, think about this. You can bottle up that frustration and release it on Saturday when you do your Commander game.
oh yeah, I'm playing too.
All right, Tybalt, how are you doing?
I'm doing good and happy to be here.
We're so excited that you got to be here.
Indeed.
It's always a dice roll to get you here. Like we don't know if you're busy on these days or not. So when you show up, it's all exciting.
I never know myself, but I appreciate the open invitation, so I do every chance I get.
Nice. Million Full, how are you doing?
Doing good.
Yeah,
I'm excited for later on.
You got me on an addiction roll with this.
Yeah.
Yes, he does. Me too.
I regret nothing.
Indeed. Good answer.
That's good. I love it. Like last night, I used today's points at midnight, all but one more, so I get one chance to come up with a song idea today. But man, it's really interesting, this AI art AI song generation because it's almost like you can type in what you're thinking and you find something in the realm of what you're thinking it should be.
Oh.
It's pretty awesome.
Hillbilly, did you get the song I
Absolutely.
made for you?
No, where'd you send it to?
I sent it to your Discord, I believe.
Alrighty.
Yeah, you should check it out. I heard it. It's pretty cool. Ooh, so, big breath, open arms. Yesterday, if you missed it, we did a massive giveaway. We gave away 4 playmats custom to the channel, 4 sleeves custom to the channel. And man, mailing is going to be fun this week. I need to reach out to the address. The shipping things put together. I'm so excited that it worked out, and it went really well. I mean, was it Twiddler, DJ, Hillbilly, and other people won product? Woo woo!
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, chill. Can't wait for Hillbilly because I know out of everybody who's getting product, Hillbilly's gonna use my product the most.
Yeah.
Then there's talks in the background of designing Hillbilly a channel playmat for himself.
Oh, that's
Sweet.
nice.
His channel, so we'll work that out. But like we were talking about it, I think it's an awesome idea, and I think it can be done simple. But I don't know how well you can AI art moonshine.
You'll have to do a shot every time you do a design process.
Right? Oh, dude,
for each element.
Every time I do a design
do a shot for each element.
I was about to say, you know how many things I change on a design?
Exactly.
I'll be.
It'd be pretty interesting by the time you were done.
I'll be in the hospital with liver issues there.
Oh goodness.
Oh, I'm thinking about writing a song for myself. We call Cane Shaking.
Cane Shaking. You can probably create something like that on the app I found.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Shaking a cane at the clouds. Going around to Pound Town, telling the clouds to go away. Don't want it to rain. Stop it, shaking my cane.
You're halfway there.
That's right. Whew, man, get the energies out. It's Thursday. Relax, everybody. Have fun. Tomorrow's Friday. For some of you, that's the beginning of the weekend. Some of you, it's a work day. But I hope today is just a good day for you in general out in the chat world. And I want to say thank you for liking this video. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for being amazing. I know I say that stuff like you have already done it all because I assume you already have. You guys rock. It's awesome having a group of people like you guys who can show up all the time when you can. Have a good conversation in the morning, every morning. Keep my mind busy and the brain keeping going, having fun. And coming up with topics every day sometimes can be a stretch, but sometimes it works out. Coming up with a topic every day, you don't want to repeat yourself all the time. So you're always trying to think of something. So with that in mind, today we got a topic I want to cover, but before we get to the topic of the day, I want to get to the first segment of the day, Hillbilly.
Alrighty, that would be the
card of the day.
Woo! So this card just got spoiled, and man, do I want a couple copies myself. This card is epic. Even Hillbilly's wanting to run this in his mono red deck.
Yeah, I would.
In a mono red deck.
I just flash green in for it.
You're right. Bristly Bill Spine Sower. Hillbilly, why don't you cover this one? This seems to be up your alley.
Sure. Love to. Bristly Bill Spine Sower. 1 generic and a green. 2/2. Legendary creature plant druid. Nice. It has landfall, and whenever land enters the battlefield under your control, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. Nice. Then pay 3 for 5, 3 generic and 2 green. and double the number of 1/1 counters on each creature you control. Now,
Ooh.
this will work. Excellent card that this would work with, since this has landfall, is the battle that's in standard right now that's green also.
Yeah.
That tutors for 2 lands, so you get 2 triggers.
Ooh.
Oh, my
nice.
lord.
Oh yeah, there's cards
Jeez.
like that, like Haro. This would work with. This can be a mono green commander, and for 2 mana, it's pretty strong. This will fit in the 99 of a lot of landfall decks. This fits pre-existing decks, and it's a plant druid. You know what that means, right? Like for example, Avengers Zendikar cares about plants. That's saucy.
I'm just glad to bring back landfall for a mechanic.
I don't know if it's going to be a prominent mechanic in the set, or if it's just like one of those maybe 1 or 2 of us. Yeah,
we'll just have to wait and see.
More than likely, it's probably kind of like a filler card, more than likely.
right.
Oh, okay.
But it's a good card.
Yeah, it is.
Even though if it is a filler card, it's still a great card.
Oh yeah. All I know is I want it. I want it.
If you look at this, if you play this on turn 3, yeah, it costs 2, but you play it on turn 3. Then you play it before you play your land. This is actually a 3/3.
Yep.
That's
Definitely
pretty
time
saucy.
to get my Lord Windgrace deck back out and start sharpening that up a little bit.
Ooh, Lord Windgrace.
Yeah.
Mad kitty go meow meow.
Yeah. Lands matter.
That's right. Now for some pictures of the day, it's Thursday. Hang on in there, peoples. This is how Hillbilly feels today.
Yeah, sure is. It sure is.
Still waiting for Friday. Happy Thursday. Just wait one more day. Now, this next picture represents how I feel. Life without coffee is like something without something. Sorry, I haven't had enough coffee yet, or any coffee yet. That's awesome. Captain Waffles.
Hey, what's up, Captain Waffles?
Hello.
There he is.
Hello, how are you doing, Captain Waffles?
There you are.
I'm having a lot of technical difficulties here.
Oh boy.
Well, Captain Waffles is here, and I want to show out his pool game that's coming out at 4:20, April 20th at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and I want him to have fun with it. He's charging $5 per pull. Every 5 pulls bought equals 1 extra spot in the prize wheel. The grand prize is 1 OTJ Play Booster box. Ooh, Outlaws of Thunder Junction. That sounds awesome. You can visit his YouTube or Patreon for more information to purchase pulls and see all prizes. So go check out his channel. Yeah. If you want to be a part of that. Let me see.
Nice.
So for an absolute noob here, tell me exactly what the pull game is here. So you spend $5 and what happens?
So there's going to be a box of cards. So like I'm going to take like a fat pack box or like the little bundle box and put a bunch of cards in there that are sleeved. They're going to be all shuffled up. It's all going to be random. And your $5 for that one pull, I pull 1 card randomly. You could get a Sheldred the Apocalypse textured foil. You could get a card that says you win a booster pack, or you could win any other type of card that's in there.
Okay.
So if you've ever seen Twiddler's game, it's very similar to that.
Okay. Cool.
It's awesome. It's a good way to win. No, it sounds like you're gonna get value out of it, no matter for each $5 you put into it.
Yeah, and then on top of it, if you buy 5 pools, you'll get it. Everyone that buys at least 1 pool will get 1 spot on the prize wheel. But for every 5 pools, you get an additional spot. So it gives you more chances to win the grand prize. So once all the pools have been pulled, then we go to the prize wheel and we'll spin it off for the junction box. And whoever wins it, wins it. And then they can decide whether I ship it to them sealed or let me open it for a video on the channel and then ship it to them opened.
Awesome.
Nice.
All right. Alrighty. That is awesome. Boop boop. Sorry, while you guys were talking, I was uploading my monologue. because monologue is important. Because I forgot to do that before the show. 4 p.m. Mountain Time, 3 p.m. Central Time, 2 p.m. Eastern. Thanks, James. That's actually important to know. Boom, boom, boom.
Nice.
Oh no.
Thank you, James.
The waffles. He just came in to chill, you know. No,
Yeah.
no, I'm kidding. So the topic of today, we're rolling into the topics. The title of the show is called "The Power of Playing Magic the Gathering," but I want to touch in on some collecting, like collectors. The power of playing Magic the Gathering over just collecting the cards. We live in a world where people just want to collect the cards and products of the game we love. Now, collecting is the way some people invest in Magic the Gathering, but as we all know, as of late, that Wizards of the Coast will print high-demand cards just to sell a set on a new Magic on top of selling reprint sets as well. Now, with price increases on Magic the Gathering products rise some a little, like the price of product rises some, does not change the value of cards in the secondary market. In fact, some cards can be... Oh, there's a bird. This is okay. Some cards in the secondary in fact, some cards can be bought individually for less than $1 on the secondary market. Though in my personal experience, some singles hold a decent price around $5 a piece. There are some cards that hold value over $10. Now, my point being that the market's price of cards are reflecting the cards that are being played in Commander and other formats. The players of Magic the Gathering are holding the price of cards up for the collectors. Now, but if a pure collector base of people started playing Magic the Gathering, they could also be a part of the reason the prices of singles go up in value. In short, my thought is that if more people played the game overall and just collecting the game, but also collected the game, they could in turn make the game more collectible and valuable. What are the thoughts of everyone else? And what do you guys think about this? And I have to step away to get rid of a bird out of a vent. So give me a second. Wow, I will bust up to ball. Boom.
Oh, no pressure. Okay. So, interesting thoughts. I do think that if more people actually played, yes, I do think that would increase the value of the cards. I think a lot of people have gotten into the game just to flip the cards, and that's fine. I mean, if that's what you're doing, that's go for it. But I think by not playing the game, you're missing out on one of the most important aspects of the game. I mean, I sell cards. That's what I do and stuff too. But most importantly, I play it. And the biggest benefit that I've got out of playing those cards and playing has actually been the people that I've made friends with, the connections that I've made. It's impacted my life far more than just the aspect of turning it over for cash.
Right.
I think that you really to get the full experience of the game, and I'm not saying anybody's doing anything right or wrong, but I'm just saying that if you open yourself up to playing the game, you're going to have a better and more richer experience overall. At least that's my thought on it.
Right. Now, on that note, I think playing the game as well as collecting gives you an appreciation and more of a knowledge pool of the value of cards. Because, like, if you're in the game, like in Commander, you know when cards are going to go up for Commander alone. If you're one of those people who play Modern, you'll know what cards are going to be valuable in Modern when they're spoiled, or what cards are going to be good for the format when they do come out and are good. And for example, one of my favorite cards I wanted that went up in value, it's like $11, $12 card, was what's that red white enchantment? Something leader.
War leaders.
War leader.
Yeah, the war leaders enchantment. Like I noticed that since I wanted the card and I know what it was good for in Commander, I knew it was going to be like a $5 card, but no idea it was going to be like $11. But that's because it's being played in like Standard, and people are playing it. Maybe it's seeing playing Modern. I don't know, but like in Standard and Commander, the card's viable in two different formats, and it's pushing up the value of the card. So I think playing the game gives you a good aspect ratio of how prices are going to fluctuate. Not based on reprints, because you never know you're going to get a reprint. except when Modern Horizons 3 comes out. That's awesome. You have anything to say, Captain Waffles?
Yeah, I was just waiting for everybody else. So to touch on the War Leaders call, anytime two cards that are highly playable get merged into one card, it's going to be a valuable card. You got Impact Trimmers and Glorious Anthem shoved into one card. Like that's just bonkers, in my opinion. When I saw that card, I was like, yeah, it's going to be an expensive card. But for me, like I don't know if it's I wouldn't call myself mature, but I guess it's a maturity thing. Over the years, I've learned that I've had collectibles, right? I've done this whole thing of like collecting tons of Funko Pops and Lego sets and this and that, and they sit on my countertop or my shelves and collect dust, and I look at them and I'm like, but I'm not enjoying them.
Right.
You know, they're just sitting there. Same thing with Magic. Like, there's a lot of cards that I own that just sit in binders or sit in boxes, and you know, that's part of the reason why I made the pool game, so I could be like, you know what, maybe other people can enjoy these cards. And you know, instead of trying to sit there and sell every single one for their exact value and put all this time and effort in, I figure I'll just let other people enjoy it at a relatively good price. We both get a good deal, and we both enjoy, you know, the game in our own aspects. Right. I love playing the game. I've always loved playing the game. I started playing in like 2004, and I strictly got into it to play. It was never to be a collector. Now, do I have favorite cards? Yes, absolutely. There are cards that I love. There are cards that I hate. I mean, it's part of the process. But in the end, I think whoever you choose to be, you should be authentic to that, rather than you know, if you're a player of the game and then you go, well, I want to make tons of money at this, and I'm just going to hoard cards and sell cards in this, but you don't get any enjoyment out of it. Why are you doing it? You know, find the things that give you enjoyment and do that, and you're going to have way more intangible value than anything else. So I've, over the years, like, I'm not going to lie, I hated Commander. To be honest, I hated it when it first was out. I was a very competitive player. I wanted to play tournaments. I wanted to win money. I wanted to, like, that was my drive. Now, like I said, I've matured a little, not a lot. And I'm starting to, you know, enjoy Commander more for the casual aspect. Yes, I still want to win. I still want to beat everybody at the table. But it's a lot more of like, okay, I enjoy the company of these people. I enjoy the time we're having, because you know, you don't get to do it every day. So why not have some fun? And in the process, we may trade, we may collect, but it's really just whatever feels good to you. That's what you should be doing.
Right. And I can't disagree with that at all. You know, like, that's a good thought process and a good way to shill your little giveaway there, because you're right. Like, they're like, when I get expensive cards and if I'm not using them, I try to find ways to either give them away or trade them off. Because I personally hate the fact of having a good card doing nothing. You know.
Yep. I agree with you 100% on that, Captain Waffles.
And also, like, the whole collecting aspect. Like, I've had the whole thing where it's like, I have boxes and boxes and boxes of cards sitting there, and then I go to move, and I'm like, I hate having to move all this crap. Like,
they're heavy.
Like one of those 4-channel, like, what is it, like 6,000 count or whatever, those things are freaking heavy when they're full. And you got like, if you got like anywhere between 4 to 10 of those, you don't need a gym membership.
Just
you just need, I don't think you need just a forklift to lift them.
Well, not only that, like my space in my house is limited, right? Like, I have a small toy chest right here. It's legitimately a toy chest full of Magic cards and my streaming stuff. And in the cat room, we call it cat room. It's like a little small office about the size of Hillbilly's office he's in. That has Magic cards and toys in there that are boxed up. It's storage space, right? Now, I'm not saying everybody's in the same realm, but like, if I have all these cards, like, I try moving them or I try flexing them. Like, I love getting Magic cards. I love playing with Magic cards. I love having playable cards. They're like, valuable or not. like I love having playable cards. If I want to put a deck together, I can be like, boom, boom, boom. Let's put a deck together, play it out. Where like if I just had cards like I sent Hillbilly a bunch of vampires because I probably never play vampires. I'm like, well, he'll play with vampires. He's playing vampires. Let's send him vampires in this trade we did. I'm like, because he will play with them, you know. But like in the same vein, when the vampire deck came out that he got, some of the vampires went up in value because people were playing with them, keeping on track with the theme here. Like collecting cards is fun in its own aspect to have your own ready to go. Let's build a deck out of stuff. Way of thinking. That's how I think. But like having cards just sitting there as an investment, especially in a market that's very roller coaster like, goes up, down, you don't ever know when a card's going to stay high or stay low. It's like I have cards and I had to teach myself and learn to collect and hold on to cards and not just get them away so fast. And at the same time, like if I don't, like, you know how it is when you do spring cleaning, if you haven't used it for a year, you probably don't need it.
Yeah. I mean, I get the whole collecting aspect of things because when I was a kid, me and my dad, we used to go to the stores like Walmart and stuff like that for Hot Wheels. Like Hot Wheels were like the big thing in the 90s.
Right.
And they would come out and they would like, we would get this little poster that had all the sets that were coming out that year. And it would be like the confetti set or the racing set, and there'd be like 4 cars in each of these sets, and they'd be released out throughout the year. So the hunt of going out and finding this stuff was more enjoyable than the actual car itself, the Hot Wheel.
Right.
And so I understand the collecting aspect of like that completionist attitude of like, oh, I want to collect the entire set of Thunder Junction and have one of each. That way I have it, you know, or whatever the mentality is for some of these people of like, I want to collect all the reserve list cards or whatever. Like there's goals that you achieve and it feels good to reach those goals, but then the euphoria wears off and now you have the cards and you got to move to the next challenge and then the next challenge. And so that I feel is what the collectors chase. Whereas like the players like me who used to grind competitively, we would chase that tournament win. And so ultimately it comes down to what is it that you're chasing to get enjoyment out of this?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what dragon are you chasing? That's the kind of the mindset. Like, is it a good dragon? Is it a healthy dragon? What's your end goal? It's like the other day when we was talking about setting goals for YouTube channels. You know, your YouTube channel. What if you get sponsored? What if you get a Patreon? What if it's successful? Do you have plans after that? Right. Same thing goes with collecting. Like you have a plan to collect. Like I have a collection of Beast Wars figures. That is my collecting. That's my collector's aspect. It's getting old vintage toys, Beast Wars figures, and some of them are newer because it's harder to find the older stuff. But like I want to complete a set based off the TV show, you know, of all these characters. But the truth is this shelf behind me used to be full of Transformers, but in the end, it started looking more convoluted and a mess that I couldn't have it for a YouTube channel, so I had to put them away. I'm like, that is sad. Like we don't have the space yet. I'm trying to find a way to display my figures because I love my Transformers. But like, you know, I live in a house with 4 cats. I got to be responsible with that. But my end goal is not to collect them for investing. Like investing and hope people buy more of them because even that market goes up and down, and on prices of stuff. And like it's more of a personal chase and personal thing for me to want to collect it, you know. But you can't play. Well, you can play with your Transformers, but you can't play Transformers like you do Magic the Gathering and hope that enough people want the Transformer for the price to go up, you know. Yeah, I think if the collector base touched in, like the pure collector base, touched in and started playing Magic in some of the formats they love, like people love, like Modern, Standard, or Commander, they would influence the price of cards a little more than they really think. Like, you know, like sure, they got a box of Thunder Junction, but if they actually played cards from the Thunder Junction and other formats, not only will they realize some of the cards are powerful in the set for reasons why they're powerful, why they're multi-format all-stars. But like, they'll give them in the know in the gathering of the game. They'll give them a know of how cards are working in different formats. They'll give them the tools to be like, well, this card's good, but it's going to be good for so long before it's replaced. Or this card's good and it's going to be hard to replace, so it's going to have longer value. Like Snapcaster Mage was expensive for forever. Same with Termagoyf. He was expensive forever. They still hold decent prices, but like you know, they're not their old expensive prices.
Well, I mean that's another topic for another discussion, because we could really go down a rabbit hole of the collector side and the player side, because of WotC catering more to the collector commander side, because you have Mana Drain being reprinted for the 10th time, but in a different art. And the only reason why they're doing that is so that they get the collectors and the commander players buying collector boxes to chase for that card, when you can easily just go to TCG Player and buy a copy of it.
Right.
So again, Wizards has never cared about the secondary market. They're just trying to dangle carrots in front of people to chase things.
Right.
And like I said, this is a whole nother topic we can go down. But
That is a whole different topic for sure.
yeah, the whole thing is like, I think if collectors did get into the game, I don't think we would see that huge of a price shift, because they already quote unquote hoard cards. So now the cards they're hoarding, they're just playing with. So I don't think it really causes too much fluctuation in the secondary market, but it does cause an uptick in the playing aspect in like the tournament scenes and things, where I remember going to GPs back in like 2006, 2007, and there would be like 200-300 people at a GP. It was a small tournament compared to what it is now. Then fast forward 10 years and you go to Modern Masters in Vegas, and it's 2 GPs in one, because there's 6,000 people there wanting to play. So I don't know that we've really lost the player base to the collectors. I think what has happened is more collectors have more players have become collectors, because Wizards has killed the whole tournament scene. Like, tournaments are pretty much dead at this point, unless you really want to grind.
Yeah. No, I was about to mention that before you hit it, that I think a lot of players have matured into collectors more. The player base more of a nostalgic collector, but also collector for value. But like, I think the value collectors, the people, because we know a couple people in the community who collect to collect and collect and there's very few people who collect to hold the value and retain the value of cards, and they look for like the older vintage stuff, whatever. But like, there's people who get into the collecting business for the aspect of collecting for value and sustainable value. But I think if the collector started playing and say they're hoarding their stuff but also buying more product, they could really. I don't think it will be like the most monumental shift ever, but I think 2 things will happen, and the first thing is the secondary market will reflect it, not horribly like a lot of difference like you were saying, but will be reflected on it, because like we gotta imagine there's like thousands of just pure collectors out there. Then 2, the knowledge of pricing and how prices fluctuate will change, and that will switch the mood set. And honestly, the only reason why I even bring up this, because I'm one of those people who believe that more people should play the game, especially the people who haven't played the game. But like, the truth is, like, someone like me who started in their 20s playing Magic the Gathering, because I was like, 23 when Magic the Gathering? Well, not Magic the Gathering came out, but when I got into Magic the Gathering, so I was like 23, which is over 20 years ago now. Not 20 years ago. Almost 20 years ago, but like 17, 18 years ago. And I played the tournament scene a little. Like, I never went to a pro tour, but I played in local game store tournaments to get into Grand Prix or whatever. Never was successful at that, but I played F&Ms like crazy. Played all the drafts I could back in the day. I wanted to be the LGS rat back in the day, the rat that the character in the store that played all the games he could and had fun playing the meta, because I really felt like if I got better, I was making everybody else better, and that made the games fun. Because I always came up with weird decks like Turbo Fog that pissed people off, and they learned how to play against it, so I made them better in the tournaments. Because Turbo Fog was a nuisance back in Innistrad era, even though there were some powerful decks back then. But like, I think people like us, mainly like me, I should say, have come to an age where I can't do that anymore. I can't just frequent the LGS. Plus, it's so far away to even do that for me. But also that we've kind of folded into collectors. You can't trade, honestly. Like, trading's still fun, but I think Wizards kind of hurt and hindered the trading market, because like last time I went to a pre-release, not like one person brought the trade binder.
Wow.
So it's because a lot of cards are like cheap. Like, and people want cards that are worth money, not because they're worth money, but because they're more playable in the powerful level in different formats. Like Shieldred is what, like $100 card right now, or maybe like 70. I don't know if she's moved a lot.
Might as well say close to 100.
Right. But like, when your trade binder is full of cards that are worth like pennies and dollars, you have to really trade out. You have to really push for that trade, and that person has to want all those cards.
Yep.
Yeah, it's hard to have that. I mean, I've gotten lucky a couple times and done trades like that where a guy comes in, he's pure aspect for fun and wants to build tons of commander decks, and he like guts my binder for like a Necropotence. And it's like, cool, I'll take the Necropotence, you take all this stuff and have fun. We made a deal and we made a trade. Now, to jump back to secondary market things while you were talking about the collectors and everything, I would say there's two things that cause these cards to be super valuable. One is the serialized aspect. That is strictly for the collector. No player gives a flying rat's ass about serialized cards. That's all for the collector to chase. The second thing, and I know a lot of people aren't going to want to hear this, but Commander is one of the main reasons why the secondary market is so high for a lot of cards. Because you only need one copy of a card. So because you only need one copy of a card, and if it's a super desirable card, they're going to jack that up because of supply and demand. So if you look back at the early days of Commander, when it really wasn't popular, let's go back to like Lorwyn time, cards that were good in tournament play were like $5 to $10. Like, they weren't super massive up there in price, like Sheldred is now. So a lot of the reason why the secondary market has been driven up so high is because of those two aspects right there. And there's a lot more. But those, I believe, are the two main reasons why we have super inflation on these prices. Not to mention, WotC charge you, what, $500 for a collector box? I'm sorry, but this falls into the collector aspect of, why would I pay $500 for a collector box when I can go buy a revised like Plateau or Bayou or a revised land for $300-400, and that actually retain more value over the long run than opening up that $500 collector box and getting $200 worth of value. Yeah, and that's what's pushing a lot more collectors than players, because nobody wants to open boxes anymore. They're too damn expensive, first of all, and second of all, you lose your money on them, and it's better just to go buy the singles. Like I was saying, why would I chase a Mana Drain when I can just go buy one for like $40?
Right, you're right, and knowing the price will probably go down a little after the reprint for a bit. Like, it might say, because like one card that got printed was Anointed Procession. It dropped down, now it's going back up because it went down like a $40 card. Now it's back up to like 70, I believe. It's insane. Like, I found that out last night. Like, someone's like, Anointed Procession's up to $70. I'm like, my personal thought was like, we need more copies of Anointed Procession because that's expensive for a card. But at the same time, Let's trade fodder for those people who have it. Now, who knows with the token doublers, because like they just printed a card in Thunder Junction that creates tokens of creatures of a certain creature type. And I'm like, that was Annoying Procession. That's probably why Annoying Procession jumped up, is for red, blue, white tokens. Is they like the play value is already there. People already assess in the market. It's insane that.
Well, yeah, when they print, those what do you call them? Like support cards like that, where you have Anointed Procession, and then they come out with like Ojatek, and then they come out with that card. Like, it just makes that card completely bonkers, because it's like, if you've got Anointed Procession out, and you got Ojatek out, and you got this out, you're just flooding the board with stuff. And so when people see that power level, that also drives up the price of the card, because they're like, oh, well, I can just pair this with all this stuff, and look at me throw up tokens on you.
Right. Like for one of my decks, all I need is a doubling season right now. Damn expensive card.
And do you get what format I literally just said on why prices are going up? Everybody's exactly. They're building these commander decks, and they need a Anointed Procession. They need Ojatek. And it's like, why need one copy of it? So all the stores that are selling these are like, well, if people are only buying one at a time, we need to jack up the price to make, cover our end and all this other stuff that we bought it. And this, there's just this whole ecosystem.
Oh no, you're right. Like when I go shopping on cardkingdom.com, where I go shopping on Card Kingdom for cards, I'm always buying singles of cards. Like I'm buying one of this, one of that, one of that. Now if I buy multiples of that, that's because there's 2 decks in mind and I'm planning on playing it. So I get it. And don't forget, if you're not shopping Card Kingdom, there's a link to the Ball to Purchase Dark Ritual Shop in the description box below.
Well, that's another thing too that I wonder though, is like how do you feel about that when your cards go up in value or whatever? Because there's kind of a paradox there where do you want to see the value there in your own collection, or are you looking at like how much you're paying for the cards? Like at what point does that become a factor as far as, well, I'm upset about what the prices are doing and stuff? Or are you looking at your own collection going, well, my collection's gone up in value? You know what I mean? There's like a paradox there where you want to get cheap cards, but the cards you have, you own, you want to be worth value. Mm-hmm. So like, how do you balance those things?
Exactly. It depends on what side of the fence you're sitting on.
Right.
And I mean, I used to be a speculator, and there were cards that I got right and there were cards that I got wrong. One of the cards I got super right was Revel in Riches. I bought probably 200 copies of that card at $0.25 a piece. And then I had probably about 20 foils that I bought at $1 a piece. And fast forward like 5 years after buying it, I unloaded all of them. I think I got $6 a piece for my non-foils, and I got, I think, 15 a piece for my foils. Ooh. So I was on that side of the fence where I was super happy for it to go up. Right. And then there's been other times where, you miss the boat on cards or you sleep, and then you turn around and you're like, why is this card $100? And then you look and you're like, oh, that card used to be $1. Like, this is insane. I wish I would have gotten copies of that. I'm pissed off because I didn't get it, and now I want to reprint so it'll go down. Like, it just depends on the side of fence you're sitting on.
Right, like Mind Break Trap used to be a simple prayer.
Yeah. And it also just depends on what kind of aspect are you. Are you a player? Are you a collector? If you're a collector, obviously you want to see your collection go up. If you're a player, you want things to be affordable so you can actually go play. So you're right. It is a paradox, but that's where the balance comes in. And I wish they didn't push Commander so hard, because I feel like it's really, really destroyed the secondary market to be able to allow players to come in. And then they go, okay, well, you're not happy about it. We'll make reprints and do this. And then you have the collectors getting pissed, and now the players are happy because they can get cards. So you're never going to please everyone. That's just life. You're never going to please everyone. Right, but if we can find the happy middle, that would be nice. But I don't know if that's going to happen.
When there are less people to play against, then not because you've priced people out of the format is not a good thing. Well, it's crazy. It's like I noticed on Facebook Marketplace, a lot of people are starting to sell off their bulk collections. Like like they tell you it's a bulk collection. Commons, uncommons, rares, mythics, bulk. Like not their valuable cards. And they're like, I'm just done holding this bulk. Like I talked to a person there saying I just don't want to collect bulk anymore. I want to get rid of it. And like there's a handful of people doing that. And that's because these people are collectors. But another thing another thing I'm going to touch on that's kind of ruined Magic for me is the rise of resellers of Magic.
Mhm.
Like the ton of resellers, people buying product to sell product. Now, I'm not saying it's a bad thing to sell Magic cards and do that, but like what I'm saying is like pre-COVID times, there was like not as much. Then during COVID times, people were like, "Hey, I can make money off this. Let's buy everything I want, like product-wise, and sell the stuff I don't want." So we got millions and millions of people. Like I did a number. There's like 22 million people on TCG players alone just selling cards. That are not businesses. That's a lot of people selling Magic cards, reselling Magic cards, which is cool because that keeps the prices down. But I think that's one of the things that kind of hurt the secondary market was not only was there a lot of reprints now. I think people started buying product just to flip, and that threw off Wizard skew of the player base. But not only that, but like now all these cards suddenly that were not in the market, but like the collector base, collectors holding collections, has turned into reselling, and just flooded the market with all these cards, and just became a massive dump. And that's why cards went from higher prices to lower prices, because back in the day you didn't have that prevalence of how many cards are on the market. There was less on the market because there's less resellers. But now there's a lot of reselling. So there's a lot of cards, a lot of copies of cards. Like the presence of Magic cards is no joke online.
Yeah, and you also had, I hate always like going back to the past, but it's good to learn from the past.
Mm-hmm.
But you look back at 2007 era. I don't even know if TCG existed then. I could be wrong, but
Right.
Your main sources to go buy from was like Star City, Cool Stuff, eBay, and like a handful of places. And even before that,
So you didn't even mention Channel Fireball.
Yeah, Channel Fireball too. Like I said, there was a handful of others.
Right.
But like there was those were like the main spots to go, besides going to the GPs and really trading and selling to vendors there. And it was there wasn't a saturation like there is now, where you're talking about there's 22 million people selling. Like that's an absurd number. I didn't even know that. And so you get to it now, and I mean, yeah, I'm selling, but I'm not on TCG Player. I sell mainly through like local markets or whatever. And the part that really like irks me about the 22 million sellers and all this other stuff, because I've dealt with people where I try to buy collections.
Mm-hmm.
They are trying to, I don't think they understand the full aspect of the game as far as like the secondary market goes. You go and try to sell that to a store, they're gonna tell you like, I'll give you 50% of the value. They're trying to turn around and sell this on Marketplace and get full value for it. And it's like, I have no idea what you're thinking. Like nobody in their right mind is going to pay full value for this unless they actually just don't care and money's like flowing out their ass.
Right.
But it's like there's too many people trying to recoup their losses because of the whole pre-COVID thing and during that boom and bust of everything going on and the free tendies and everything. So really what we go through cycles is what this whole point that I'm trying to make here. We're going to go through a cycle where a lot of these people fall off and disappear. And we have like a consolidation and a restructuring of the secondary market. And eventually, and hopefully things go back to being a very stable market to where you don't have this huge fluctuation in price and then a huge drop in price. there's gonna be, you know, some stability. It just has to flush out the weak hands and everybody that was trying to make money on this and then realize, oh, this isn't what I thought it was.
Right.
And then we get back to the core group of collectors and players.
And just to clarify, the 22 million is a worldwide number. It's not in the U.S.
No, I understand.
No, I'm just just in case someone's like 22 million people in the U.S. Yeah, it's a worldwide number. It's not just a U.S. thing.
Well, even 22 million in the U.S. is still a low number because there's 360 million people in the U.S.
Right. You know, but like, but still, no, it's right. Like, the reseller market's changed a lot, and I'm out of everybody, that I know, I appreciate more the reseller market than I do the collecting market, because the reseller market is what really is one of the things that keeps the market alive for Magic the Gathering for me. And you can buy collections on the cheap, or you can have bad deals go wrong, you know. But like the collecting market, like I understand collecting the stuff you love. I mean, like my commander decks, I don't plan on trading those or getting rid of those. But, you know, we're all going to collect different ways. But I love having the play value of things. I mean, like when Hillbilly sent me Mother of Machines, I didn't realize that was a money card. I thought he just sent that to me as a gift or something, and find out it was for something else. So I made him a trade for the thing, for like the value, because it's for the auction. So I took this $20 card and we traded it for $40 worth of card for a giveaway. I'm like, because I was really excited about the ability. I'm like, why would you give this to me, Hillbilly? This card is powerful.
It is.
You know, because I'm always about the playability, about trying to make things. And I gave away more than $40 cards for it. One of the cards was worth $40. The rest were like 15 or less. It was just my Japanese War of the Spark rares and mythics that I gave out.
That's a good question, Justin.
The question is, how many of the 22 million actually play? That is a good question indeed. Good question indeed. I wish I could answer that, but I can't. I know Captain Waffles plays. I know Tabal plays. I know Hillbilly plays. I know Moogle plays on digital only.
Yeah, at the moment, I need to save my some money and go do some drafts.
Right.
Give me some cards, but I will get to it.
Well, no one's forcing you. I'm just saying everybody here's a player.
Saying. I know. I'm just singing.
I'm just saying.
No, kick him out. Kick him out. No, I'm kidding.
You know, so that's our opinions. Because I appreciate the player, because, you know, not only do they enjoy being around people, they're more socialized with people. They care about the to me the players of the game. Even if you collect, the players of the game care more about the health of the game than the collectors really do. In the general of, you're not relying on the collection to keep your happiness in the game, where playing the game keeps you involved in the game more, and I think gives you a better idea how Wizards going, because you see it in their product as you play it, and then you see a box just sitting there.
See, I would venture to say that probably 65% of that 22 million are players that are casual Commander players and or like local FNM here and there. And then I would say probably 20% of that would be the hardcore, we're just resellers, flippers, we don't care about playing the game. And then your last 15% are your hybrid collector player that just wants to sell things so they can buy more things.
Right.
About you're muted.
You're muted.
I did that.
Just kidding. I shut that down because I had guys in the back here going. I had gardeners or whatever around there. Anyhow, what I was saying earlier that I was not carrying through was I think you hit on something very important, Tortoise, which is the health of the game, and I think that's the most important thing with as far as no matter where the prices go up or down. I'm worried about the health of the game and the longevity of it. And I mean, other people are too, and I think we all should be. in our own ways and stuff. And it's sad that I think the people you're talking about the most that are doing the detriment to the game are those that don't care about the health, that only think about the monetary aspects of it.
Right.
Because I think we're all here because we all sell and we all do what we do because we love the game in some form or another and want the game to be healthy and want it to continue.
Yeah, that's why we're here.
Because Magic's become kind of a lifestyle, a parasitic part of our lives. That's what I can say. But looking at the time, we skipped a lot of things today because I think we had a really healthy discussion, really good discussion. But we gotta start tying things up. And I know the first person who normally has to go is to Balt, so we're gonna let you shill.
Oh, I don't. So my only shill is to. I'm very close to that 500 and cracking that box. Look for me on a daily basis. You can see the most current updates on Instagram, and that's Tybalt_apprentice there. Check out the YouTube and just keep playing a healthy game of Magic.
Oh yeah, and then Captain Waffles.
Yeah, I think I've already shilled a lot during this, but hey, why not more? Full game, yep, it's coming. 420, it's gonna be lit. Also 250 subs. We're giving away a Shelter of the Apocalypse regular version. But if you want to win textured foil ones, you got to play the pool game. And yeah, there's videos coming out. I've been really busy with a lot of stuff, but I've got some videos that are coming for Waffled, and then Waffle Cast is every Wednesday.
All right. And Hillbilly.
Alrighty. I'm at 408 subs now. Keep on growing. Let's keep it up. And next month, there will be a giveaway to celebrate the 400 subs. And grand prize is going to be a commander deck. And there's going to be 3 more prizes, which is going to be cards. 12 packs of cards. 3 people. And I still got more information coming out. It'll be closer to the time that we do the giveaway.
Nice.
I can't set a certain date on the giveaway right now because still got to get the cards. That's the only thing that's holding me back is getting the cards. But as soon as I get the cards, we'll announce a date, and I'll do the giveaway.
Woo woo. Giveaways. Moving forward, is there anything you want to show?
Not nothing to show. I just want to say I'm just glad I found out about Magic and play Magic because playing video games all the time was kind of getting a little rough there.
Right.
You gotta vary up your hobbies,
Mm-hmm. And look, it's a super fast tortoise. Well, there's no other mainstreams on my side today because DJ Longhair's channel is tonight. This round table. Let's see, DJ. I hope you guys have a wonderful day today. I want to thank you guys for showing up, being awesome, being amazing. Thank you, Hillbilly, Muggaful, Captain Waffles, and Tybalt for showing up and making the show interesting. You guys are awesome. Appreciate. I saw that flash. And I'm gonna leave you out with this.
Dang, Blake, you can't get off of here without being flashed.
Story of Hillbilly's life. So we'll leave you off with the Waffles pool game information for a second. Then where are we? Boop. Cover that up. Then we're gonna get to Lord Megatron.
Shockwave! What is your command, Megatron?
Subscribe for Magic the Gathering and other content for evil fun.
Fear not, Megatron. Cybertron shall remain